Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in this video we are going to talk about the authentication of the application, and that will be the local authentication. So of course I'm talking about the Touch ID and Face ID. So that is kind of important for some people. Like I was doing an application, and that application is related to e-commerce some way, and I wanted to do this authentication, local authentication, and that's when I searched about it for Flutter, and fortunately I found a package which is this local auth, and it is also supported by Google. So you don't have to worry about anything, because here that's not the case. Like there are not any keys or something which is sending to a server or something. That's not happening here. They are just using the normal platform APIs, and they are just pushing you the dialog that if you want to authenticate, just authenticate by using either the Face ID or the Touch ID. So we'll see how we can use it in any application. So because they have already provided everything in the documentation though, but still there can be some issues which I am going to mention, which I also felt. And someone on my group on Facebook, Let's Flutter with Dart, asked me about the Android X and all that stuff. So that is kind of important. So in the next video I will be talking about Android X and how you can migrate your project from from normal to Android X. So we'll see that. So right now, as you can see, this is a normal Flutter app which has nothing, just a main.dart, and that's also the default you can say that default application which comes with some code like that counter app. I have deleted all the comments and all that stuff. So right now you can see just a normal center widget in the body with a column widget, and we will introduce few things here. So first of all, we will go to the pubspec.yaml and we will add this dependency, which is this local auth. So I'll just copy it from here and I'll paste it here, and then I'll put a column here, and now I'll get the packages from here. Okay, so this is what we will do. Then after that we'll go to main.dart, and so I'm gonna test it on both Android and iOS, so please make sure that you watch the full video. So in the this particular stateful widget class, my home page, we have nothing, like just it's just a state class we have. So in the state class, rather, first of all we will import this local auth package. So as you can see, this is the local auth package, and then what I can do, I can make a local authentication instance. So I can say local authentication. Okay, that's it. Then what we will see if it supports biometric. So can check biometric. By default it will be false. Then we will check if it is authorized or not. So we can say authorized, string authorized or not is equal to right now it is not authorized, so not authorized. Okay, and then we can take a list of biometric types. Like there can be Face ID or fingerprint, so there can be multiple biometric types. So we can say available biometric types. Okay, and here we can maybe say that it is another list here. Okay, this is what we have right now. And now what I'll do, if this is what we have, can check biometric if it is authorized or not, or if it is what are the available biometric types. So in the column and children, we have a, let's say we have a text which is say that can we check biometric and then we can use this $sign to show this can we check biometric, and then after that we can remove this because this is just a single variable, and then after that we can have a button which will help us check biometric. Check biometric. Okay, it has this on pressed method, and then in the child part it can have a text, let's say check biometric, and then in the color part let's give it a color, let's say red, and in the theme color brightness we can make it color brightness dot light. And so similarly we will have, if we want to get let's say list of biometrics, so list of biometrics, so we can have here list available biometrics types dot, okay, I can just dot toString, okay, and then we can say get list of biometric types, list of biometric types. Okay, so this is what I am doing. This is just a normal representation, and then we can just say authorized, and we can show here the string if it is authorized or not. So I'm just gonna use authorized or not. Okay, and if I want to authorize it, so I can just call a method authorize now. Okay, authorize now. Okay, so this is what we have. So this is a column which has a text, can we check biometric, because it is possible that if the device does not support biometric, like anyone, like either the fingerprint or the touch ID, it can be there, otherwise both of them cannot be there. So, and we have this button which will check if it has that biometric support or not. Then we can get the list of biometrics available, like a device can have both the touch ID as well as the face ID, and then we will show us string which is showing that whether it is authorized or not. After we will get a pop-up or something, and then we have this on pressed method where we are showing a button to authorize it. So what we are going to do here, we will make these methods. First one is check biometrics, so I'll call it future void check biometric. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here, and it will be a synchronous method. And why it is showing me this error, void. Okay, so now what I'll do, I will make a variable here that check biometric. So I can just copy it here, I'll remove this, and is equal to false as of now, and then I will say that await, and I'll ask the local authentication object to can check biometrics. Okay, it will give me the particular isn't a function. Okay, so we can see that we have so many methods. So this is what we have: get can check biometrics, get available biometrics. So this is what we will write, can check biometrics. If I'll remove this await, then it will not work, so it's fine. So after that, what we can do it in the try catch block, so that if there is a platform exception or something, we can do something like this on platform exception. we need to add this though. Okay, we can import here services dart on platform exception. We can say catch E and we will print E. Okay, so after that we will check if it is mounted or not. So if it is not mounted, that means the widget tree is not mounted, then we will return. Otherwise we will call set state, and we can set this can check biometric variable to this can check biometric. Okay, so this is our first method which we made. Similarly, we will copy and paste this code for second one, which is get list of biometric types. Okay, so I'll just replace it like this, and here I can just say biometric type and list of biometric. Okay, and then what I'll do, I'll just copy this, paste it, and here I have this get available biometrics. It will give me the list of biometrics, and then I will replace it with available biometric types and list of biometrics. Now list of, so similarly we will copy and paste this code one more time, like this, and then this, and this time we will check if it is authorized or not. So we will do the authentication here. So I can just say string authorized or not, right? So authorized is authorized, so not authorized, and then we will use this is authorized like this, and we can check authorize with biometrics. Okay, so now this authentication with biometrics, one second, we don't have to do this. So now this authentication with biometrics takes few parameters. So what we can do, we have this localized region which we can get. So we can say that particular authentication process, that you know what's the reason for this authentication, that please authenticate to complete your transaction. Let's say complete your transaction. Okay, and then we have iOS auth string is different than Android auth string. If you want, you can define them. If you want to use the error dialogues, then we will say yes, true. Then we have sticky auth. Sticky auth, we are making it false, or you can make it, let's make it true rather. What it does is, like, let's say when you are doing the authentication and your app moves to the background, let's say some call came or something like that happened, then if you will make it false, then it will this authentication process will send false to your Dart app, and otherwise if you will make it true, then it will resume the authentication from that time. So we are making it true so that it can what we will say, we can check. Okay, and we will maybe make it bool, and we will make it false, and we can say is authenticated. Okay, so it will return us this is authenticated, whatever it will be. It should be like this, is authorized. Okay, and now we can use this here. If we can say that if is authorized is equal to true, then what we will do, we will change our string, this one authorized or not, to authorized. Okay, and just like this. If it is not, then we will leave it like this. Okay, or else we can just say this Okay, so we are done with the coding part. So what we did is we made few text boxes and some buttons, and then we made these methods for getting the biometric types, also checking the biometric, and to authorize it. So now I'll run it in the Android phone. So first of all, I'll open this Visor for me so that it can help me to view my phone screen, and here it is. So I can just go back. So now you need to add one permission as well if you want to run it on Android. So we will go to the app, then manifest, and we will add a permission here that it also uses a permission use fingerprint. Okay, now you can get some deprecation error here, but don't worry if you get that. And also to make it run on the particular device, like if it is let me just show it that we have used this version here for localhost. It's 0.4.0, so it supports Android X. Okay, and if your project does not support Android X, then it will not work. It will give you a lot of errors. So what you have to do for the time being, you have to go to your build.gradle file in the app section, and you have to add this API which is androidx.core colon core, androidx.core colon core 1.1.0 alpha 03 or 04 is the latest. And also make sure that your compile SDK version is 28, and I'll talk about it in next video what it is all about, this Android X and all that stuff. Okay, so now let's try to run this app on my Samsung Note 9 device, and I'll see what it can do. So basically this use fingerprint is deprecated. What it means is that, you know, in the Android X library they have added, I guess they will add that biometric library itself. So you have to add that biometric plugin in your build.gradle, and then it will also support the iris scanner, all that stuff, which is not right now available. It is restricted to the device only. So this is what it will take some time. And sorry for the background noise again and again. I don't know why this happens in every video, why this dog is always barking, I don't know. Okay, so we are waiting, we are still waiting, and okay, let's wait a little bit more. And because this Gradle process sucks, so I don't know what to do with that particular process, but right now we can only wait. So regarding, so I have actually migrated this project to Android X. So you have to do that, otherwise you will see a lot of errors. So please make sure that you do that. Let me just show you once again what I did. So you'll go to build.gradle, you will change the compile SDK version to 28, and if you're using 0.4.0, and also add this API. So as you can see, we have this check biometric, list of biometric types and authorize now. So first of all we will check biometric, and it is true. Okay, now I'll click on list of biometric types, and it is saying biometric type dot fingerprint. So fingerprint is available. Now I'll click on authorize now, and it asked me that please authenticate to complete your transaction, the message which I actually added. Now I have to touch the sensor. I will first of all touch it with a wrong finger. So fingerprint not recognized, try again. Okay, cancel. So you can see authorized is not authorized. So if I'll click authorize now, I'll put the correct finger now, and fingerprint recognized, and authorized is authorized now. Okay, so so this is how you can do that with Android. Now let's say if you want to do the same thing with iOS, so how you will do it. So first of all you have to go to your iOS info.plist. so where it is, okay, this is the info.plist. Here you need to add one permission. So I'll go here, I just copy and paste it like this, and you'll need to add the key which is ns face id uses description. and you need to add here why you are using this particular please this particular process, why you are using it. So you have to say something like please authorize to use the app, something like this. And now I'll run the same thing on my iOS device. So once again, let me just see if my iOS device is here or not. So let me just close it. Let me just replug my iOS device now, and I'll just remove this particular thing from here. And now yes, I have this iPhone now, so I'll plug and play here. So it become a long video, though I didn't want it, but I wanted to explain each and everything, so that's why. And one more thing, if you want to specify your reasons here, then it has two more options here, which is Android auth strings and iOS auth strings, so you can specify them. It's also given here, everything is here in the example. So you can say check that platform is iOS, then you can do something like this and all that stuff. Or this is the iOS strings and Android string which I was talking about. So everything is there on the plugin itself, but for the sake of making the video and talking about Android X and all those problems which can be there, I'm doing this. Now let me try if I can show you my iOS device as well. So wait for a second and we'll see if I can. So you can see this is my iOS device now. I'll click on check biometric, it is true. Now I'll click on list of biometric types, and now it is showing that biometric type dot face. And now I'll try to authorize now, and I won't show it my face for the time being, and it will say try face ID again. I'll cancel it and you can see not authorized. Now I'll click on authorize now and I'll show it my face, and you can see it is changed to authorized. So this is how you can do the authentication, the local authentication in Flutter. I'll talk about the Android X specifically. I'm saying it because it is kind of important to migrate your old project to Android X these days. So I'll talk about that in next video, or maybe next to next video. So please keep watching, and if you enjoyed the video, press the like button. The source code will be uploaded to GitHub, so check out the description for the link. And make sure you are the subscriber of the channel. Also press the bell icon and like, share, subscribe, comment if you have any question. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.